You're welcome to today's broadcast. Sure Destiny TV, reaching people and touching lives.
Hello, fellow citizens. This is your friend and brother, Dr. Haruna Goro. I'm so excited about today's broadcast. There are so many people that have endorsed Peter Obi, and many people are still busy endorsing him. And we're going to just hear what they have to say. But before we go on, if you have not subscribed to my channel, why don't you go ahead and do it right now? And I want to welcome those of you that are coming for the very first time. Good to have you. Please leave a comment in the comment box. I want to hear your opinion about the broadcast, and feel free to share the broadcast with as many people as you can. And why don't you also give me a thumbs up? When you do that, YouTube is going to make sure that many people get to watch this broadcast. And if you're watching me on Facebook, please follow my page and also share my page with as many people as you can, so that we can spread the news and get this vision of a new Nigeria possible. So let's just watch all the different people that have endorsed Peter Obi, and let's hear what do they have to say. Then I will come in and out, and I will let you know what I feel about what they are saying.
Seriously, Nigeria is not what it should be today. And if anybody says anything to the contrary, then his or her head will need to be examined. And nobody will do it for us. And nobody needs to be blamed. My late friend Ahmed, anytime you say, let us pray for Nigeria, he was always annoyed. And he will say, look, you are tempting God. God has given you everything that you need. What the hell are you praying for? God gave you everything, you squandered it, you mess it up, and you are praying to God. He doesn't believe that God will answer us. And I say, look, Ahmed, what is good needs prayer, so that it will continue to be good. What is not so good needs prayer, so that it will have to be good. So let us pray. And we say, go on praying. And when you finish your prayer, you meet me where I am. But we need to pray. We need to pray so that his father may come. But the choice is in our hand. You don't have anybody to blame. I see 6 and have a dozen. 6 and have a dozen. I don't know what choice you will make out of that 2. And is there any choice? That's where prayer is very important. And don't let us deceive ourselves. We have a choice. It's whether we make the right choice or we ignore making the right choice. And if we don't make the right choice, we don't blame anybody. We blame ourselves. If we make the right choice, we will overcome the twin challenge of poverty and insecurity, which are symbiotic. Insecurity feeds on poverty. Poverty feeds on insecurity. And don't let anybody deceive you about that. And if we do not take the right step and make the right choice, not only will the 2 continue to fester, they will consume us. May God never allow that.
Now, did you just hear what he said? That we have a choice and we must make the right choice. He was just short of calling the name. You can see that he must be referring to someone here. And I believe it's Obi. And if you doubt it, I'm going to show you other videos. In case you doubt it, just watch this other video and see what just happened here.
In the presence of Nigeria.
Just see. Can you see what former President Obasanjo is doing to Peter? President Obasanjo left his seat, went and called Peter to come and take his seat and said, my job is finished. He then walked out of the place. And people started laughing.
I love you, God.
Well, some people will say that sounded prophetic, or that it was like he's trying to say something, but he wasn't saying it. Well, you can deduce, you can interpret it whichever way, but I'm telling you, the handwriting is becoming clearer and clearer on the wall. So we'll be watching more videos to see more people that are endorsing Peter Obi, and then you can make your own choice. Some time ago, I did a video where Ayo Adebanjo, the leader of the Afenifere group, that is the Yoruba group, where he came out to tell the nation that the stand of the Afenifere group is to support a southeastern candidate, because he felt every other region have had their own fair share, and he said it would be injustice to give it back to the north or to the southwest, because they've already gotten their own. And then when Jonathan was there, he represented the South-South. The region that has not had any precedent is the Southeast. Who is the candidate that is standing in among all the presidential candidates that are prominent now? It's only Peter Obi. He's the only one. So in essence, what he was saying is that they're endorsing Peter Obi. So I think when Tinubu saw this, Tinubu is full of, he tries to concoct things, whatever he can do to make sure he becomes president, he will do it. The former leader, and that is Ruben Fasoranti, and convinced him that they should endorse him. Ruben Fasoranti had already called Ayo and told him that Tinubu is coming to see him. And he had warned Ruben not to entertain Tinubu because he knew what game Tinubu was trying to play. What Tinubu was trying to do was to divide the Afenifere group, by so doing get a faction to support him. But Ruben has already retired, has already given up his office, and the new leader is now Ayo. These are the kind of games that Tinubu plays. They will divide and then conquer. Just hear what Ayo had to say when he was being interviewed by Arise TV.
A division has emerged in the camp of the Pan-Yoruba socio-political organization, Afenifere, following last Sunday's endorsement of the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, by the former national leader of the group, Ruben Fasoranti. Fasoranti had announced in March 2021 that he was stepping down from the leadership of Afenifere. Blessed Tinubu will pay them a visit in his Akure home in Ondo State. However, some members of the group, including the group's leader, Ayo Adebanjo, who had earlier announced that Afenifere had endorsed the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, and the Secretary General of the association, Chief Shola Ebisheni, were not at the meeting. Speaking on why he visited Fasoranti, Tinubu said he was in the Afenifere's leader's house to present his presidential action plan to the non-Nigerian Yoruba leader. Afenifere leader Ayo Adebanjo joins us now to shed more light on the position of the group on the 2023 presidential election. Glad to have you join us on Newsday. Thank you so much for coming to the program.
Thank you, Timothy.
Well, sir, I'd like to start by asking for your take on Ruben Fasoranti's stance that he's still the leader of Afenifere and the group is endorsing the candidacy of Bola Tinubu, not Peter Obi.
My answer is simple. I understand the letter he wrote resigning due to old age and asking me to continue is already viral. I have nothing more to say to add to that one. And I'm not receiving any letter withdrawing. And as a matter of fact, I don't want to be brought to controversy by it because I know the purpose of those who went in there, which I warned him before that they want to cause confusion and fairly. And I'm not going to lend my name to that fact. When he phoned me that they were coming and that he didn't want him to come, I said no, you are an elderly cis man. If you want to come, ask him to come. But for the fact that you have phoned me, I wouldn't have said anything about it because I know about the conspiracy over a month ago that you want to have something to please Afenifere, which I've been trying to do over the years. And I think it's knowledgeable enough to know that. But what they are coming to do is for you to bless him. But just tell them Afenifere has taken his stand, and that's why you are. No more, no less. Don't get yourself involved in the name of the mess. And I help a peace. And I told one or two other things, this is not for this discussion, for him to remember. But when he now say he has gone there, he has done that, I won't go into that controversy now, because that will be a diversion. That will be the purpose of those who intentionally went there to go to a leader who has already resigned over 2 years ago. On the election of Obi, the criticism, the support must be based on issue. Forget tribalism and everything. So any question on that should be on that. On the question whether they went to him or not, that is my answer. No more, no less.
And since obviously this plot to divide the Afenifere group by causing this confusion, so to speak, moving forward, how will the Afenifere, will they be making a statement to clarify exactly their stance? And also, have you been able to speak to Pa Fashoranti after this Akure meeting?
There's no reason to. He's an elderly person, and he knows all the tricks that Tinubu has been doing all along. And I told him, don't let us get ourselves involved with this controversy. And I want to avoid everything making it personal. There's nothing that we are going to say about this election other than the statement I made. I made a comprehensive statement why we are supporting Obi, and that's where we stand. I even gave a constitutional, historical background why we are taking that stand. We are not just taking the stand now. It's a stand based on the principle how the whole country came together.
Wow. I'm telling you, this thing is becoming very serious. Pa Adebanjo, a man over 90, came to show his solidarity and his endorsement on the campaign ground of Peter Obi in Ibadan. Recently, the Middle Belt and the Southeast Forum got together and they also endorsed Peter Obi. I want you to hear what the chairman of the forum, Dr. Olisa Ozowulu, had to say concerning why they are supporting Peter Obi.
I'm a supporter of Southeast presidential candidate. I'm not going to deny that because it's morality and justice. Because he's the zone left out to participate. I will vote for him and I will campaign for him. I will campaign for P2B. There's no two ways about it. The forum is doing the same thing. There's no hesitation about it. No matter the quantity, no matter the quantum, the forum has decided on it. We're going to go out and work for him as our group. There's no choice about that.
Joining us now to speak on why the Middle Belt is backing a southern candidate and who the region will support and why is the President Middle Belt Forum, Dr. Bitrus Pogu. Welcome to Newsday. Now, Dr. Pogu, you've made it very clear that the Middle Belt Forum is in support of Southern presidency in 2023. Can you explain why, especially at a time when some people say the 2023 election should not be about tribe, age, religion, or ethnicity, but about competence and capability?
We feel strongly that up to now, the need for equity and balancing should still continue. We've not gotten to a stage where this stage will be left open because lots of things have been skewed by the military in favor of some sections of the country. So, as far as we are concerned, after these 8 years of a northern president, in the person of President Muhammad Buhari, the presidency should go to the south. And in going to the south, our friends from the south aptly came up and said, look, let's be fair. If we should be fair, just, and think about equity, the Southwest has had 8 years of President Obasanjo and now 8 years as vice president of the ruling party, that is Osunbanjo. They feel it should go to the southeast because the South had had a taste of it through President Jonathan, who ruled for nearly 6 years. We all agreed not only to route for the president going to the south, but to actually the southeast, because we feel the southeast, and we believe it is also right that the southeast has never had it. And every part of this country, every citizen, every member has the right to have a test at the presidency.
I have joining me in the studio some members of the Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum. Professor Charles Nwekiaku here is the secretary of the Igbo Elders Consultative Forum, which is a key component of that SMBLF. And of course, joining us live from Kaduna is the former president of the Southern Kaduna People's Union, Sokapu Jonathan Asake. He's also the Labour Party governorship candidate in Kaduna State. And let's start with you, Asake. What does this endorsement mean, considering how we've usually had politics in this country? We are seeing both Southern and Middle Belt forces joining hands to this time around want to push a candidate. And the first question is why this candidate of the PDP who was supported by your group in 2019 is being ditched for Peter Obi. What's the difference between Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi that's making you to push for a Peter Obi potential presidency?
A lot has happened between 2019 and today. In 2019, if you may recall, the same group, the Southern and Middle Belt Forum, endorsed the candidate of the People's Democratic Party then, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. But since then, things have changed. And what has changed? The issues that have cropped up in the country, particularly the way and manner key players between the PDP and the APC, participated, especially the manner in which presidential candidates were thrown up in their conventions, which was characterized by the use of huge money that one cannot explain. Just a few delegates, were gathered in the Eagle Square by both parties, and the manner of throwing up those delegates, each delegate representing just one local government, and huge sums of money in dollars were used to bring up those candidates. And it cannot be the way of recruiting leaders that will represent the people in the country. And so the appearance of Peter Obi on the Labour Party and the way he has gone about in his consultation, bringing issues to the fore, the very issues ranging from security issues, economic issues, social issues that he discusses, giving hope to Nigeria and Nigerians, has made it unavoidable that the Southern and Middle Belt Forum has no option but to throw their weight behind it, because Nigeria is in dire need of focused leadership that is empathic, leadership that is human focused, leadership that is accountable, leadership with integrity. And the Middle Belt and Southern Forum have weighed all the candidates that have been thrown up by the parties, and they have seen that the candidature of Peter Obi actually epitomizes this, and that is why the decision was taken.
Let's join the obedient movement and let's bring about change and transformation in Nigeria. This is our time. This is our moment. Let's join all these different people that have endorsed Peter Obi and bring about change in Nigeria. I'm so excited, just going through and hearing all these endorsements, it just excites me. The vision is clear and we are determined and we're going to make it happen. Thank you for being part of today's broadcast. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. I'm still going to bring you more endorsements later, but because I didn't want this video to be too long, that's why I'm signing off here. But please share it with as many people as you can. I look forward to seeing you in my next broadcast. Thank you very much. God bless you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.